Good morning, everybody. Um, been away for a little bit and definitely late to the gravy train for this one here. Um, when I started seeing the thumbnail for this and other reactors reacting to it at first, I went, okay, I'll get to that because I wanted to see what it was, especially when I'd heard about some of the hype. Um, I then came home from work one day and my wife asked me if I'd heard about this video from this guy, blah blah blah, and I said, "Oh yeah, I think I've seen a thumbnail." And before I could do anything else, because she was on the big TV, she just pulled it up, press play. She goes, "You got to sit and watch this." I wasn't going to go. No, I want to react to it, so I won't sit and watch it with you. So I watched it, and she would stop it through different sections of it and ask me questions, and I'll raise those bits as I'm going through. I still want to do a reaction. I still want to give my thoughts on it, I guess, and because it's a good song. So let's go.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame.
Now, straight out, he has got a great tone for his singing. It's not to everybody's liking, but I think it's fantastic. And he's just out in the open with a mic and that beautiful Gretsch with the resonator on it.
What the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows it all.
Now, this was one of the first spots that my wife stopped it, and she goes, "Do you know what he's talking about there?" And I said, "Yeah, the politicians in Washington DC." And she said, "Well, how do you know that?" I said, "Well, Washington DC is just north of Richmond, Virginia." So she said, "How do you know that?" Because my wife's from the US. And I said, "Well, I know geography." And she says, "You don't know all geography, especially here." Like, there's times when she'll ask me something, "Do you know where this is?" And I'll go, mm-mm. But yeah, so that was the first thing. As soon as I saw the title, didn't make that sense, but when you started to hear what he was singing about working long hours, making no money, that's the US system. The minimum wage is like less than half the minimum wage here for a 15-year-old. Like, I've got kids at school who are working and making between 15 and $20 an hour working in Macca's. Talk about people in the US making less than $7 an hour, because that's the minimum wage.
With an whole soul, these rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond.
Now, one thing, this is really just laying it out against all politicians, because for years the system hasn't changed. It's just gotten worse. The rich just keep getting richer. The poor struggle to make ends meet. And when I look at, like, I'm a teacher here, and when I see stories of teachers over there, especially in Oklahoma, having to have a second job just to make ends meet, when your teachers aren't being paid enough to pay for house, bills, food, all that sort of stuff, the country's screwed.
I wish politicians would look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere.
Knew that one straight away.
Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Now, I heard that quite a few people, or a lot of people, were upset by that previous section, like attacking welfare. But it's not so much attacking welfare, it's attacking the people who kind of abuse welfare. Like, there is nothing to be ashamed of if you've got to be on welfare because you're become disabled, or if you've been laid off and you've got to be on it for a while. There's loads of people here on welfare as well, but I think there's cases where some people just, yeah, I'm going to be on welfare forever, and I said they're 5'3" and 300 pounds. Taxes ought not to pay for your bag of fudge rounds. Like, being massively overweight, I don't want to say it's not a disabling, but you've got to be really trying to fix that. And yeah, losing weight is not always easy. But just using your welfare check to buy junk food is making life easier, and that's where part of that part is in there. And you've got other people just working to the bone, working themselves into the ground, and they're barely getting by.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond.
Sorry to keep stopping. It's also, like, people commented on the interesting guitar. Having that resonator really gives it that tinny type of a banjo-y sound, and having it up on the capo, having the capo up the fretboard, what's he got it on, 5th fret, everything's playing a lot higher, and it just gives it more of a a mandolin type sound, which really, the with the resonator, it really does sound nice, and it's a really well written song. Um, yeah.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Oh, like I said, I'm probably pretty late to the pretty late
It's a
to
shame
feel.
so many.
Actually, no, not pretty late. Very late. I haven't been doing these for a while, and almost a month, I think. And so that's about how far behind I am on this. I've kept seeing other things with him, interviews, Joe Rogan, and that sort of thing. The news stories on it, and some of his posts where he's just talking. So try and find out a bit more about him. I'm going to delve more into his music. Again, I'll probably be a bit late to that, but I really want to find out a bit more about him. But this was I think this was a song that needed to be heard right now in the US. It really touches a lot of points, a lot of sore points. But it's also so stripped back and simple that that helps it resonate with a lot more people. And just in the field, in his property, and his dogs by his side, and just that simple recording equipment that makes such a beautiful, simple song touch so many people. Probably don't need to ask what you thought of it, because a lot of people have liked it, I think. But let me know what you think anyway. Cheers.